In this episode, we're going to tackle a very popular question amongst new Atlas Earth players. How many parcels of land do you need to own in Atlas Earth to make $1 a day? If you'd like to know, please stand by. There's a list of probably about a dozen questions that get asked on a daily basis on the Reddit and on the Discord for Atlas Earth, mostly from newer players. They're just got into the game, they're thinking about the game, they've got up and running, they're trying to devise a strategy, and one of the questions that come to their mind is, how much land in Atlas Earth does it take to make $1 a day, $1 a day? And that seems to kind of be that first goal or median point where you can say, oh, it's $1 a day, $30 a month, extrapolated out, $365 a year, a pretty good total to shoot for immediately. What do I have to do to get there? And I get this on my videos once in a while in my live streams. But this one comes from Official Movie Clips. On a recent video, they ask, I have a question. How many parcels do you need to make $1 a day? So I'm like, well, I had a rough idea because I make about $1.50 a day or so. And I could just do the rough math in my head. But I'm like, well, let's sit down and just take a look at the numbers and do it, of course, for the US, but do it for everybody else and see where everybody stands. So let's take a look at it. So first off, if you're wondering, where did I get my numbers? You can go to the Atlas Reality support website, and we reference these charts a lot. In fact, when new players start asking questions of me, I say, one of the first things you need to do is take a picture of your chart, your play chart. This will help you answer a lot of questions related to tier jumping and other questions you may have. But what we're looking at here is the actual what you're making on a monthly or a yearly basis. And with these numbers, we can get a rough idea of where we need to be. And then I took those numbers and I fed them into the Atlas Earth calculator to come up with my totals. So as you can see, it's just one slide. I thought there was going to be more to it. In fact, I went through and I did the numbers for all the different boost categories for the different countries that are live in Atlas Earth. However, what I started to notice as I got outside of the United States was the numbers for everyone else are the same. I know everybody plays by different tier charts, but when you look at actually what it takes to make $1 a day in Atlas Earth, they were the same outside the United States. So there's two different ways we can look at this. Just as our baseline, I figured at this rate, at where you would be at this point in the game, you would have a 20% badge boost. If you had less, then it would obviously take more parcels of land. If you had the 25%, which is slightly more, then it would take a few less. And I also figured at a 20-hour boosted day. Okay, so obviously, once again, if you boosted less hours per day than 20 or fewer hours per day than 20, then it would take more parcels. And if you were somehow able to boost all 24, like if you had the Explorer Club, then it would take slightly fewer parcels. Okay, that's our baseline. I did the math. In the United States, if you average in the SRB, the Super Rent Boost, on a monthly basis, it takes plus or minus right about 730 parcels to make $1 a day. Now, if you're just figuring straight up, factoring without SRB, which I don't know why you would do that, because the whole idea of playing the game is once you're up in these once you're up in the neighborhood of these high numbers of parcels, most of your money is actually coming from the SRB. But there are some people like to talk in terms of non-SRB rates, and that would be about 3,350 parcels. Or non-SRB would make you $1 a day. Okay, now that's the US. Now, everybody else, like I said, I did all the math, and everybody, even though your charts look different, they all came out to the same, So once again, we're figuring a 20% badge boost and 20 hours boosted per day. Your average, including the SRB, is $1,150 to make $1 per day. And straight up without SRB is, once again, $3,350. So that non-SRB rate is the same across the board? Well, not too much to this video. That was a relatively straightforward question to answer, but it just came down to the numbers. Were you surprised by it? I wasn't really surprised by the US numbers, but when I started doing all the numbers outside of the United States and saw that everything matched up as far as outside the United States SRB numbers, including SRB. And then it also kind of surprised me that the end result, as far as everybody goes, without the SRB factored in being the same, was also very interesting. So let me know in the comments what you think. Otherwise, this has been Bronze Dragon. If you are thinking about getting started in Atlas Earth, check out and use my referral code in the show notes. It is still active for the time being. I don't know how long it's going to be active, but if you use it directly after you get that first free parcel in game, you can get 200 free Atlas bucks after or at your 11th parcel. So I hope everyone on your side is happy and healthy, and hey, I'll see you in Atlas Earth.